be changing lives with this type of work, though.
Trying my best.
Like a guardian angel in a way. Show people how to live a healthier, more fulfilling life. Because if you're feeling good and you're not sick all the time, your quality of life's better. It's just everything. It just being in shape just improves everything.
It really does.
You're not depressed. You're not, or maybe you're less depressed. It's just can't overstate the power of fitness.
Yeah, it's huge. It gives back so much more than it takes. It might take half hour of your time, might take an hour of your time, but it's like 2 to 4% of your day.
Right.
You get in, and when you're done with it, you have such a stronger feeling of self-worth, self-efficacy, of like, I had this challenge of the day and I overcame it.
Yeah.
And then even over the long term, it's like, you start solidifying kind of this identity to yourself of like, I'm the person who like makes a priority to take care of myself. I'm able to, help others, even as simply like helping somebody move, or like, it's amazing how much more you get out of it. And it really gets to the point where it's not something that's like a chore. Like, I think a lot of people have a misconception of like, oh, I have to go work out, I have to do this. It's a blessing. Like it's a thing that is. There's so many people out there that they wish they could get up and they could go for a walk, or they could go for a jog, but they're paralyzed, or maybe they're they're amputee or something like that.
Right.
Or there's somebody that's in like a hospital wing, they have cancer, and they wish they could go to the gym, or they wish they could go swim, they could go dance with somebody, and they just physically can't. And I think a lot of people take it for granted, that they're able-bodied, they're able to do all these things. I did they call it the Fight for Air climb back in our hometown at the Hilton, and essentially you run up the stairs as many times as you can in an hour, or maybe just
stairs.
It's
how long does it take? From bottom to top.
Bottom to top. I think my time was like 8 minutes or something like that. I don't know. I'd had to look it up.
Damn.
But I think I had 211 flights. I think it was 211 in an hour's time. They're not counting the time you go down in the elevator back down to run back up. But it was cool. But they gave everybody a shirt, and it was basically like, saying that like, be thankful that you have lungs that burn from exercise and not from asthma or like smoke inhalation. Be thankful that you can gasp for air, and you're not gasping to get air, because you just physically can't get enough. Like all these, like, it's just a perception change is really what it comes down to, is like, if you're looking at it through the lens of like, this is hard work, this is something I don't enjoy, this is something I don't want to continue to do, rather than being like, I have an opportunity, I have this blessing, I have this gift of being able to do this, of even though it's challenging, even though my lungs are burning, even though my legs are on fire, like at least I have that. And you know what, with anything in exercise, I always tell people, just wait 15 seconds afterwards and see how you feel. Most of the time, that pain is completely gone, and what replaces that is that pride that comes in and says, like, you did this, you accomplished it, you went through that pain, you went through this obstacle. Like, that's the kind of person you are. You're the kind of person that takes on the adversity, and you can just continue to push through that hardship, and you're not slowing down. And that carries over into other theaters of life. Yeah. You're the kind of person that, like, you're tired, but you're going to get up and you're going to help that friend change their tire because they need you at that time. You're not going to be like, oh, just call, AAA or something like that. Or you're not going to be the person that says, hey, we've been trying to figure out this relationship for a while. I'm done. You're the kind of person that's like, I care about you, and I'm going to persevere with you through this, and we're going to figure a way to work it out. It transitions into those other areas of life. And I think a lot of people don't realize that it's not just in the gym. The gym is kind of a metaphor for life. And so going in and challenging yourself, going through that adversity, going through, those trials and tribulations, and having that fortitude and that faith to go in day after day to keep that perseverance through that campaign, if you will. It's also just like I said, a reflection of life. Like life is gonna, like things are gonna hit the fan, and you're gonna have to just go through it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not something that's just going to be brief. Like you have an entire life to go through. Like, and so the more you can train your mind to go through that extended period of challenging situations that you can overcome just by continuing to not give up. That's a really powerful thing. So as much as it is training the body, I believe it's training the mind even more so.
Dude, I totally agree. Yeah, that is you gotta experience. You're going to experience hardship, right? Like life is going to suck sometimes, and if you have that in your DNA and your makeup to where when things go wrong, I'm gonna push harder, or I'm gonna keep going despite in spite of whatever's happening. Just because just having the willpower. Willpower's a big thing. Give me a second. I'm gonna shut this window.
Sure.
It's a Sunday afternoon, fuckers, and we're making noise. But yeah, dude, we're totally on the same wavelength with that. I agree completely. I find if I take a week off of working out, like I get depressed. Like it's just something about having a small victory in your day every day. No matter what. If you're going to work out, you get a win for the day. Like that's one win. No matter what.
You check the box.
Right.
You did something right.
No matter what happens in that day, at least you have that.